Joining me now here in New York, Randy Zelin is a criminal defense attorney. And Randy, you've been listening to all the press conference. You've seen the video. Before we even break down what we now know that the police department is asking the Justice Department to do, I want to get your reaction to the video.
Well, obviously, the first reaction is you have a son, a father, a human being that's dead. And that's where we have to start and stop. There is a human tragedy, whether there is criminality involved or not. This is horrible. But from the standpoint of the video, I think it was Miss Chambers. I believe it might have been the sister who said it best. We need to know more. We need more information. That video tells us, or doesn't tell us as much as it tells us. It tells us that there is some altercation between this gentleman and the police. We don't know what that altercation was about. We've heard stories about a gun. We don't know who found the gun, when the gun was found, where the gun was found, if the gentleman was going for the gun. There is so much that we don't know. We don't know what was said in between. We don't know why a taser was used. We don't know why there was a takedown. We don't even really know why the police were called to the scene, the old anonymous tip. There's so much to be learned, which is why that woman, Miss Chambers, she got it right. We need to know. We need to know why the police were called, who called. We need to know whether there was a gun, where was the gun, was someone going for the gun, what was said, why, how many shots were fired, the angle of the shots. We need to hear from the police officers, need to hear from the witnesses, need to see all of the surveillance. We need to even know how close the gun was, because the gun will leave gunshot residue. Let law enforcement do their investigation. Let's see how the evidence all unfolds, and then we can start making decisions.
So you're absolutely right. This is still the early stages of the investigation. We now know that the FBI is going to be handling the investigation along with the U.S. Attorney. But I wonder, Randy, if in cases such as this, where officers believe that they are being threatened, that their lives are in danger. There is certainly, that has happened many, many times before. But when you see a man who's subdued on the ground, even if he has a gun, can and will a jury think to themselves, look, the guy's on the ground, you got your hands on his arms, there's no way that even if there's a gun lying next to him that he might be able to go for it. Shooting him dead is not acceptable.
Agreed. But until we know whether you're right in this hypothetical, if the gun was next to him, which means the gun could have been kicked away by one of the officers or picked up. If the gun was still in his pocket and there was no way for him to reach for it and all someone saw was the outline of a gun, then I agree, people should go to jail. But should it turn out, and everything hinges upon, the police can use deadly force to meet deadly force. Therefore, if the gentleman was reaching for the gun or had the gun in his hand, it may not be reasonable, and I don't believe a jury would require, or even perhaps a prosecutor require, the officers to get shot or to be shot at before they can return fire, which brings us back to there's so much that we don't know. Everyone needs to take a deep breath. It was very wise to let the federal government jump into this thing. There's the objectivity, the detachment. Let law enforcement do the investigation. Let's see where the evidence takes us. I'd like to say that Lady Justice is blind, which means it doesn't matter the color of your skin or who you are, but that also means that the evidence is not easily gotten to because that blindfold is on. So let's get to the evidence and let the evidence tell us where this case should go.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, all we have right now is that snippet of cell phone video. We don't have anything else other than what we see on that video. Clearly, when the FBI goes ahead and does their investigation, we're going to learn a whole lot more, and then we'll be able to
all the dots have to be connected. All the witnesses have to be spoken to. The police officers have to be spoken to and see what they say and how it lines up with everything else. And if the line goes straight, then there may not be any criminality. If the line's going all over the place, well, then perhaps someone does deserve to be locked up.
We'll have to see how it all breaks down. Randy Zelin, always great to have you here. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you.